Why am I not live? Frick. Stop watching! My god! Turn it down! Ingwag! I, Ganya, I hate how. Thanks for the follow. Thank you. It's Ganya. Hey, Ganya, if you're watching still. I met you. Why are you muted? I hate they have Hoyoverse are muting the characters. God, no. Okay, we see a Singmog and what's her name? Beta. Wild Pass Kimbling, King Queen, and Ganya. So why? Oh my god! Oh my god! Fine. What's happening? Oh, what's going? What's that? You guys were we're not on a story quest. We're not on one of those special quests where we can hear people.
In the past, you may have uttered something to the tune of this.
Okay, we
Though
can
the
hear
last
them.
displays a
Awesome.
measure of talent, it is nothing more than Shenhe or Ganyu could have achieved if placed in the same circumstances.
Yep. Yep. We're playing genshin! Because I have it! Because I have the Xbox Series S! You know, I don't have the X. But we're gonna play genshin, and we're gonna be happy. What's that? I can't tell. Are those popsicles? Popsicles?
With all of that said, I realize
okay.
the name of the young lady from the funeral parlor is
got,
still unknown to me.
We got Rex Lapis, Moonshaper, and Moon Retainer, I think. Retainer. Who the heck? Well, yes. Shilonen. Shilonen. Yeah. It said, yes,
so
they did
Hu
say your
as in
name,
butterfly,
Ganya.
and Tao
It says
as
your
in
name.
Tao Du. A fine name.
Because
Fitting
Ganya's in the
indeed.
game. Miss Shiloh. What? Young? Yeah, Rex Lapis. Okay. Like, what?
I say, I was merely trying to liven up the mood. Why is Hu Tao permitted to make mischief while I am not?
Can you guys hear me? Nice. Also, a hotel. Hotel. Okay, okay, I knew you guys could hear me. I was like, what? I was muting my. Okay. Let's go out here. Let's back to my thing. You're already there anyway.
Ad Astra.
This asterisk episode.
Thank you for completing today's commission.
No.
Ad Astra
I've been
Abyssast.
trying.
Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Collect you. Just flash again. You guys can say it. Haven't you got email yet? No. Let's see if we. Okay. I can't get her yet. Oh, how do you? We're doing that quest for Lunacy, I think. Or no, was it gone yet? I think yeah. Her.
Huh. It's you two. What brings you here?
Shincho!
Okay.
Wait, we found you! We wanted to ask you about something.
Yeah, been trying to get Guardia, but I can't.
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for sure. I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her age, I am reminded of a nameless heroine who's been featured in various chivalric novels.
Nameless heroine?
That's right.
Sharon?
The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago. As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away
I love
evil
this game
spirits and
because
bandit
it's like
camps.
story.
The people idolized
I like
her,
stories.
but never learned her name. All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength. After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. I hope that's somewhat helpful.
Thanks a lot, Shincho. We knew it'd be worth talking to you.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story, but it was just out of personal curiosity.
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Shincho, if you've read up on her, do you know of any places often associated with her?
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of 3 places. Wangshu Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst, and Qingyun Peak. Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character was also often seen near those 3 places. You're welcome. To be honest, I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across it. It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime. I've never understood why someone would go to such lengths to erase themselves from public memory.
We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to uncover the truth.
That's a deal.
Okay.
Perhaps, behind the truth of it all, there lies a story more fantastical than any work of fiction.
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Shincho. A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion? Wait, why does the story sound super familiar? Oh, right! There's a drought in this story, too! Shincho, are droughts super common in Liyue or something?
Well, they used to be. But people have long since developed methods to prevent them, like by cultivating the soil or digging canals. So while droughts do happen from time to time, they are rarely regarded as true disasters. The crops withered, the streams ran dry, and the monsters in the mountains became rabid and agitated.
That sounds awful!
Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless heroine was so beloved. She must have been someone of true integrity, to do so much for the people while asking nothing in return. Still, as terrible as that drought was, it was nothing compared to the truly calamitous disasters that befell this land in ancient times. They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more... Do you have any other questions?
We're good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyan and the others again. Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of her past. She used to be a great hero who saved many people. Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time, Xingqiu. Thank you so much for your help.
It's no problem at all. Safe travels.
Okay, next step. We're gonna fly down from this mountain right here. I'm not trying to get too close because last time I did that, I died. Oh look, we're back to the Baptist.
I have recorded the tune that you requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
Oh, thank you. Straightward, Ping, what has amused you so?
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change in this world, and yet you appear just the same as ever.
Time has little bearing on one's existence, nor has one keenly felt its effects whilst dwelling at Mount Outsong. Nevertheless...
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden? I must say, you're making me a little nervous.
Well, the inquiry is as approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor, not unlike the one that you yourself lead.
It does not require as much as you may think. Still, do you mean that...
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping! What are you two talking about?
Nothing save for some trivial matters. Have you unearthed any useful details?
Xingqiu has a theory, but let's save it for when Chuyu and Miss Yuendai have joined up with us again.
Do not be troubled, young lady.
What do you think, Chuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your granny?
According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianheng. Maybe that's
Where'd
my
she go?
grandpa. I don't have many memories of him.
Turn it down!
But there was this one time I found a box in her attic full of a bunch of weird sigils.
Just turn it down.
I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
What marvelous tea. I can taste the dew's sweetness in this cup. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains.
Is that so? Then please drink as much as you like.
Thank you.
Okay, since we have...
Sure thing. What would you like to know?
I have a
Bye,
secret I want
bud.
to tell you.
How
Let's
much
go
my
talk over
emergency food? Yep, I eat her. I might eat her. That's how we're check something. Peter's gone, yeah. I wish I could get her.
What's wrong, Shiryu? Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant, but are you guys all adepti in disguise?
Oh! How about that?
Well, you guys just seem super special.
Oh, must have been a slip of the tongue.
One is indeed an adeptus.
Huh?
I knew it. Well, one time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane. I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. She put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house. In fact, I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I never got the chance. So, I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe any of you have ever met an Adeptus like that?
A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown. Have you ever met one that's pure white, Cloud Retainer?
Never has one met an adeptus with such features.
That's weird. Was it really just a dream then? Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. All I really want is to help Granny recover.
Leave it to us! Now that we know the 3 locations, we just need to visit them one by one. Let's go to Wangshu Inn first.
Okay.
That was a close one. No, I went down. Jesus Christ. Okay, Mr. Demon Conqueror Demons.
Wangshu Inn. Wangshu Inn.
Do you remember this place, Granny?
Yes. The fish here is very delicious. And if you look out into the distance, you can always spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock. I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window.
I'll come with.
Paimon's still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place, that must mean she lived here, right? Whoa! Shell! What are you doing here all of a sudden? You scared the living daylights out of Paimon!
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look. If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern. It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
Yeah,
Oh, wow!
Skip,
What was she like
Paimon.
during the war?
You...
Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Like what?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang
What the-
continuous fire mechanism.
What
Hands
the
up and
hell?
surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
Paimon not be dead. Paimon's
An
not be
impressive
dead.
imitation.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in
Hey,
mechanics. The Archon
what's
War
his
reached
name?
its peak after
Ether.
Guizhong's death.
Ow!
The
Ether.
Cloud Retainer who fought
Just grab your
beside me in
sword,
those devastating
shove it at
battles
her. Just say,
was
"Get out
taciturn
of here."
and solemn,
Sound like this
only
guy.
speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
A cloud retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape? When dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles
I
and
met a lot
troubles
of
of the
people in
mortal
this game, so
world,
sorry.
a mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choices.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago when she decided to don her human form. I believe it was for the purpose of...
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Granny, are you okay?
Back then, at this place,
Perhaps this conversation should end here. I shall take my leave now. Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name. However, given that you are traveling with Cloud Retainer, I trust you are in good hands.
Everyone!
He disappeared.
I
He
think Granny
disappeared,
is finally
everybody.
beginning to remember
Here
her
he goes.
past.
He's a zombie. Why are you sleeping in my bed?
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has
You.
been recalled.
a long time ago,
The great god of
stayed here
demons.
to
Shove
recuperate from my
Shove your
illness.
demon sword
So
down
what
his
Shinto
down
said
his
was
organ
true. You did
to
fall
his
ill.
heart.
Was that why you
Just
went into
stab
hiding?
him. My God! What?
Don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. The only thing I can remember is that it took a great toll on me,
I'm trying to
and there
scream.
was no cure for it. I was confined to my room
Stop.
in Wangshu Inn, where I
Tell
spent
me,
many
brother.
days unconscious.
Okay, guys.
I'd come to every once in a while
Granny!
and stare at the migrating birds outside the window. It was a solemn sight. I remember crying, but I'm not even sure I knew why. One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul-revitalizing tea pills. He told me that the pills were concocted using adepti blood.
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse of what happened all those years ago? And it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check? Paimon's brain kinda hurts. Do you remember anything else?
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, if only I wasn't so
Hey, you're not useless. You've done so much for me.
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated. That's all.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past.
Next location. Next location. Oh, why don't we go to the area north of Dwayunkars next? There isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start? Oh, Paimon's got it. Let's check out the houses in the area first. After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh.
Where we are. Why? I'm an idiot. Seriously. I don't know how to. Hey, let's see if Noel, you're gone.
Another chance.
Tina! I got a small woman. Let's go in here. Let's check. I actually don't know. Here, let's check all like her ones. I got only cat people ish I got and then yeah, I don't see her. I actually got quite a bit of characters though. Yeah, I haven't gained her ear yet. But I gained this girl. Is she a ball? I also gained her. But
If you're
yeah, that's
bored,
all.
Why don't we take a look at my collection together? If something
Oh my
catches
god,
your
I
eye,
want chest.
feel free
I want
to take
chest.
it.
I love how she runs. She runs like she. Yeah. Hello, you guys. Do you guys need help? Okay. I'm Link Bang. Wait, let's see if I make you disappointed here. Oh, I was gonna say if I could got a Kipling here or any of them, I would say you've been disappointed. Oh, outfit. Oh, nice. No way. Okay. And this body should be able to hold itself together.
Give up.
Spin to win!
I'll keep this close.
Oh yeah. I'm coming.
A reward on the road.
Okay, let's continue.
Whoa, why are there so many trigger orders here? Guess it's time to round up some bad guys.
Fate is upon you.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
Do you remember anything about this place, Granny
Let me think. I feel like I've been here before, but I don't think I stayed here too long. I might have just rested here briefly before continuing on my way.
Got it. That's okay. There are still
My
plenty of other
brother's
places
so
we can
loud.
check.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, I believe I brought... Ah, yes. I brought some sweet snacks with me. Go on, take some. You need to eat a lot if you want to grow big and strong.
Oh, thank you. Then Paimon will help herself.
Paimon is a big back. Yup.
Yeah.
I don't remember this place at all. I don't think I've ever been here before. Still, I was thinking, this place feels perfect for a game of hide and seek.
Huh? Why a game of hide and seek?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's because...
I don't remember playing it that much. Are you sure about that?
Ah, is that so?
Not here then.
A keen eye.
Paimon sees an abandoned house. Why don't we take a break over there?
This place... it's...
Did you remember something, Granny?
I remember. It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit. I had exhausted my strength. I remember that night. I alone and...
Sin, Oath? Did you do something wrong?
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying in the darkness with all my strength until the sun finally rose again and the fog cleared out. Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Shuyu. You're so much like him, and I love you both so much. But you're always going to be different from me. I
don't care what you might have done, Granny. You'll always be the person I love more than anything.
You're too sweet, Shuyu. I'm lucky to have you with me. All right. Let's not stand around and...
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be Qingyun Peak. You and...
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
Wow, I just died.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end.
I'm not clicking that. I'm clicking the book.
My only wish is to depart this world with a lucid mind, to free myself of this torment and the burden it places upon...
Whew. We're finally here. Does this place feel familiar to you, Granny?
Let me see... How strange. Have I... When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of familiar... But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
But did the stories get it wrong then? Yeah, that's true. Paimon was hoping this place would jog Granny Yuendai's memory just like the others.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
It's all right. We're not going to give up yet. We'll figure...
Thank you. Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full circle.
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong.
Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you can't remember. You shouldn't do something that makes you sad.
Mount Outsong.
Thank you. See you later.
What
Okay,
am
good
I
night.
really?
Mount Outsong holds some familiarity to you?
It does, but I can't go back.
Are you feeling unwell?
My head, it feels all heavy.
Cloud... Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Outsong.
But...
Fret not, all will be well. You may leave the rest to me.
Wait, really? What?
I never leave anything to chance. Here, this is...
Huh? But isn't this the mechanism that you were tinkering with when we first got here?
Precisely. A recent one at that. It periodically releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener subconsciously relax, soothing agitation and anxiety, relieve...
Whoa, what a cool gadget! We could have come to Mount Outsong right off the bat and saved time on a lot of floating!
How preposterous. We Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character...
Paimon thinks she gets it now. Hey, what's that other thing?
As previously mentioned, a gentle adeptal tune is required to take full advantage of the mechanism. One secured such a tune from street.
Whoa, Paimon can feel what you mean!
And you and I. Is the mechanism helping you to relax? It appears she has already succumbed to the depths of reverie. Come, join one on this side.
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's nearly run its course.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Please. Please, no. Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew. Perfectly, this is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago. So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
Granny! Granny, are you okay?
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have returned.
Wait, did you just call her by her full name? Does that you already knew each other?
Yes. I now remember everything. Granny, please don't cry. Oh, don't worry, my dear child. Granny is fine. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's all come back to me now. The most important thing that I had forgotten was the truth.
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your...
No, it's okay. Now that I've remembered, I must face my memories head on. Shuyu, everyone, I cannot thank you enough for all your help. I'm ready to tell you my story, if you're willing to listen. Please, Granny, don't... I know, dear child. Some time ago.
Is this the sin that you mentioned in Joy?
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form, one that I held for centuries, was that of a wild crane. I spent many, many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze, and though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. Whenever she took out her tools to work on mechanisms or new inventions, I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adept.
50 years ago?
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. She was the one I looked up to the most, but I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form, and she warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years. And if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time, I would forever forget my past as a crane and become something neither human, beast, nor adeptus.
Oh no. So that was the source of your...
Was it because of Grandpa?
Indeed. I fell in love. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away.
Oh no, what happened next?
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering, even if it meant that I would eventually turn into a monstrosity. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a... I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face. But that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer from a strange illness. My memories became hazy and confused, and I could no longer keep myself awake. I understood that my pain was caused by my refusal to return to the life I was fated to lead. Along with my memories as a crane, I soon forgot the true cause of my suffering as well. I knew only that I had committed a sin. All I could do was pray for forgiveness, even if I had long forgotten what needed to be forgiven. Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were there.
Granny, what's wrong?
Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills concocted using the blood of an adeptus? No, it couldn't be. Master, don't tell me.
Human custom would dictate the So one still remembers when you were but a fledgling. One found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident. One always recognizes one's own, no matter what form they may take.
Wait! Paimon's confused!
Sorry, I'm not talking too much. I'm just paying attention to this game.
Cloud Retainer, you found Yuendai again? But how? When? And what happened after that?
Perhaps it is now time for one to recount the rest of the tale. One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses. In truth, one had more than a few misgivings about your chosen partner. But soon, one came to appreciate unwilling to begrudge someone of such character. One decided to overlook his aforementioned, wishing to grant you a life without regrets. One gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. Though imperfect, it managed to suppress the more dire effects of your illness. As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one eventually decided to perform the deed oneself. One took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did one finally set out for Wangshu Inn. As one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. One was quite torn. Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable. Even considering your loss of memory, one was simply flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequences of consuming medicine infused with adeptal blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters is hardly that complicated of a concept to remember. To think that you tried to travel while weak from sickness and heavy with child. Had one not intervened to clear the fog, all of you could have been lost during the night. Make way for the Adeptus! Scatter! Skyward! Ho! Skyward! Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the presence of godly remains. Said godly remains, in turn, were likely drawn to the trace of one scent on your body. One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one's very making. In the end, one was relieved to see you and to see you happy. Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait, but if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale. Just as you and I troubled one with her antics, upon finding you burning with fever, when one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true Adeptus, because all illuminated cranes are white from tip to toe. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature of one's appearance. You became more than amenable enough when one stood before you devoid of any other coloring. It bears mentioning, however, perhaps fate brought you two together in more ways than one. Now all... One owes you an apology. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shen. Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through them.
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago...
One has never regarded your action as a mistake. It was a simple choice. Nothing more. When it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest, it is the responsibility of an elder to let them. 'Tis a refuge referred to by many a name in mortal writing. Home. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode.
Thank you.
You and I. One expects you too have sensed the rapid deterioration of your condition as of late. 40 years ago, you chose a path without a future. Even the power of an Adeptus has its limits. Fortunately, you were able to avoid...
So, what?
One will help her reclaim her original form as a...
She's gotta go back to being a regular...
Master, you've already done... I don't know how I could possibly...
Granny? Please don't leave, okay?
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny, don't forget to eat well, okay?
Promise?
Good girl. Good girl. I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my... That's a good girl.
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise. And
That's a good girl. Then Granny really... I'm so sorry, Master.
Oh, what's going on?
Shoo-you.
Let her be.
Sad.
At her age, tears are a necessary part of maturation. Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take...
I always believed we would see each other again. That our days of separation would finally end. And all my troubles would be behind me. If only things could stay this way forever.
A nightmare? Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up. Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Let's go like this.
Huh? Was Paimon sleeping just now? Oh. Oh.
Madam...
Oh, Shuyu, you're awake. How do you feel?
I I feel... Madam Adeptus?
Oh, and
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong, but even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot to show me how much she loved me. I could become a cool Adeptus like you, and help
upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that.
Thank you so much.
Shoot, Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing. If you join them, you'll never enjoy One Min Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
How utterly preposterous. Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment.
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Although Mount Outsong is rich and natural, that is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbor.
Whoa, you're leaving Mount Outsong?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence, yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them to remain there. One could hardly offer an opinion on the matter, but perhaps... Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is... just a bit shocked that...
One has precious little time to squander. One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in...
Don't worry, we'll help you keep it a secret. So, when can we expect to start seeing you in the city?
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock.
Seems like you've really thought of everything. Then how about we meet up in Liyue?
A sensible plan. See you. Oh, also, why don't you take this suspense insomnia mechanism as a souvenir?
Awesome! Thanks, Hey, didn't we promise Shincho that we'd tell him what we found out? Should we...
Okay.
Your concerns are excessive and unfounded.
To be quite honest, your insistence on that fact is my primary... In what way are any of these ordinary? I have to be careful. Yes, you can...
We're here, Cloud. Miss Shenyan, what are you guys arguing about?
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares. I'll have you know, these...
Several 100 years?
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see.
Yep, they've definitely been around a while. We can vouch for her on that.
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of Mora, doubt their authenticity any further, and...
Whoa, please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss.
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer, then. Traveler, Paimon, this is my new residence. If you have cause to seek my company in the future, this is where you can find me.
Master! Oh, it's you two again.
Shuyu! You got a new outfit!
Mm-hmm. Master made it for me.
Huh? You know how to make clothes?
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so I just left them outside.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably,
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. Now, this expert you mentioned.
Soon. Ah, there he is! Here, allow me to make some introductions. This is Mr. Zhongli. Mr. Zhongli, this is Miss Shenyun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of value.
If it isn't Miss Shenyun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous reunion.
Indeed, most serendipitous. Have you been faring well as of late, Mr. Zhongli?
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and peace.
Huh. So you two are already acquainted?
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail.
Why, you flatter me, Miss Shenyun. It would seem that you are as self-effacing as ever.
Not at all, Mr. Zhongli. Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, I must ask, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship.
Ha! A preposterous accusation!
Miss Shenyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust. If that proves to be beyond your capabilities in this instance, this transaction may be taken elsewhere.
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still... I deeply apologize for doubting you. So, Mr. Zhongli, could you please...
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take this mechanism, for instance. Though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, its structure and appearance are exquisite enough to merit it a place in any fine home. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to possess an item that so perfectly blends mechanical wonder with geometric. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world. With that in mind, I earnestly recommend procuring every last item in this collection.
All right. Since I hired you as my consultant, Then in that case, Miss Shenyun, I'll take...
The Northland Bank?
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now.
Zhongli!
My friends, have you...
We've been great! How about you? Paimon didn't...
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Shenyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in the city?
I must say, the name Shenyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you.
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a friend?
Well, that is true, but... Alas, refer to me however you will.
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the...
One has indeed. One's previous stays were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation of the hubbub and commotion of the city, as well as the people's hard work and ardor. This city is much changed from how it was more than 1,000 years ago.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration. Human society possesses limitless potential. In another 1,000 years, the scene we witness here may change in ways that are impossible for either of us to imagine.
All right, that's enough reflection for one day. No need to get all sentimental on us.
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some specialty dishes together? One must profess great interest in trying...
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud Retainer, but I once tried my hand at that dish. You were at the table on that occasion, so Logic dictates that you should have already tried it.
Oh? What occasion was this?
It was a reunion between friends several centuries ago. Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply availed themselves of faster reflexes on that occasion.
Hardly. 'Twas most certain. It is settled then. One has already passed word to Shenhun God.
It should be a most splendid...
Shu Yu, come now, it is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr.
A humble employee of Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor. Please...
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zhengli.
That should be everyone, right?
Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite.
That sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation, certain dishes can be too delicious to resist.
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon! Hey, wait up!
Okay, I like this. Let's do this. Okay. I'll go live tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. But thank you guys. I am going to go to bed. So good night.